Welcome to the Grand Design series for Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, and we're picking up on the 14th of October 1969, which is a couple of months on from the end of the last part. And the reason we're picking up in October is that I wanted to check a couple of things. The first one is the overcapacity that we're going to have here with respect to crops. As you can see at the moment, these silos are already nearly full with crops, and we've still got a lot left in the field. Although, to be honest, considering the actual dates, we're not really going to be able to pick up that. In fact, if I probably put on the overlay, if we click that overlay there, show that, you can see that we've even got crops left in the fields here all across the map. And so we've got fields here that aren't even going to be started to harvest. But to be honest, it's not that much of a problem. The reason is these farms were built for future capacity, not the current capacity. And as long as we got enough to keep this silo full, and we can also send the surplus eventually over to here to keep this full. In fact, I just want to check to make sure that is set up. Let me just see. If we come here, we go to the crop exports. This one here, this is set to 40%. We could probably increase that to 50 actually. Let's make that 50%. And that might actually trigger a reaction there. I think I finally solved the problem with the hazardous waste in here now. And what I've had to do is build a transfer station here. No, the transfer station is here. And what I'm doing is dropping off the hazardous waste there. And what we've got here is a distribution office here, which is actually burning the waste in this pot. And I'm not sure if it's to do with the fact that this mod cannot be able to deliver hazardous waste. It will deliver mixed waste, but not hazardous waste. So that might be a little bit of an issue there, but I've fixed it and it's okay. I'm not sure if we got any plastic waste coming into here yet, but eventually we will ship out the plastic waste from here as well and send it across the map. But I think at the moment we're not producing enough, and this town isn't going to grow, so there's no point separating out all the other sub wastes beyond the biological waste, which we're going to come into here, where we got a truck sat here, basically picking up the waste itself. I'm not sure. Let me just let's have a bit of a spot check. Yeah, we need to keep an eye on the biological waste just to make sure that it's being transferred. But what this is actually set to biological, and of course this truck here is picking up the fertilizer and moving it out straight away. Now the second reason is already having an effect, and that is up over here. Because if you watch the previous part, is that we populated into here, and we've now got these houses here. Oh, since no one lives here, that's okay. And at the moment the temperature's above there. I think what I am going to do is we're going to allow people to flow into here. I'm not sure. Yeah, we got a few over 21s, and in fact we'll just let another 100 of in. And what I want to see is how well these actually get through the winter and what the survival rate is. I know it's a bit brutal, but that's the way it is. And these are currently doing the job. Now what I want to do is finish off the heating connection here, and of course we've got a bus stop over here which is way outside. I think it's way outside the range of the actual residents here, but the plan is to, I think if we build these, we can't get there, but we can get people food into this place here. We don't want workers in there, please. No, not at the moment. But what I will do is we'll set you up set you to deliver to there. We'll need to pause. This is quite a big warehouse, so we certainly don't want plastics. We don't want electro components in here. We don't want alcohol. We don't want fabric. You don't want chemicals. And we certainly don't want crops. Let me just balance this now. We certainly don't want 14 tons of electronics. And we certainly don't want mechanical components either. And I'm just gonna push this out. Actually, I think you're a little bit bigger. Actually, a bit smaller. So we're gonna have food, clothes, and of course meat. The meat will go into here directly, and then we will set this up to say 80% and 80. Whoops. Yeah, in fact, we're probably add. Actually, we're just reduce you a smidge so that we get 3 tons of electronics in here. Yeah, actually, maybe we will reduce that to. What I want is just a working amount of food in here. Yeah. Because once we start bringing these houses on, so the objective is going to be that we will start to get people into here. We will need to provide the heat ready for the next winter, and then we'll start to grow into this area, and of course eventually we'll upgrade everything in this area and then move people in. I've already built a school, and you can see it's already saying that the temperature is too low, and we've got a kindergarten there as well, but it's got a bit of a waste problem. But I don't kind of reluctant to actually, if I put in, can I get an asphalt footpath past the heating plant there? I think that will improve the situation. And then what we could do is, it's not going to be good enough anyway. We could put in, say, a trash capability there, and we can get this built there, and then we can clear the trash away from the school and the kindergarten, because buildings like this often need a separate waste collection. So our plan is to get enough in here so that we can carry on growing the city, and we can get the heating plant working, because we've got coal. We just need a workforce. And then what we will do beyond that is start to expand out in other ways. And then the idea is to grow this area. The second thing we'll do, once we've got this set up with heating, we will then kind of instigate the cableway, which isn't completely finished yet, but that's okay. That's got a road connection. We will build these in, and then eventually we'll start to grow the town out. That comes back to where we got to go. Just to give you an update of where we are with the railways. I come here, you can see that we are getting very, very close to building out these areas here. Now these can take quite a long time, but the idea is to get out past this. There should be a crossover here somewhere. Yeah, there's a crossover here. Once we get to this crossover, we can then start kind of consolidating in this position here. Just make sure these trains are working properly. I think you're returning, so oops. Yeah, I know the train's waiting too long. I think these guys are blocking each other at the moment, because you're coming in there I think what we need here now is a, and then he will come through there. Yeah, I think that's what was causing the problem. Because the trouble is we don't have enough distance here. But in the long term, it won't be a problem because this is just going to be a service connection into here. Anyway, we're just going to let those run because in this part, I want to do a number of things. Children, happiness too low. Where's that? Yeah, they're probably a little bit unhappy. There's probably a couple of people in here. It's probably, was it this area, isn't it? I must admit, this happiness warning, it'd be really great if it was customizable so you could make it a bit lower. Because it can be a bit irritating sometimes. If we go up to here, we're making progress in this area. Now, what I've done since the end of the last part, we put in a helicopter pickup point here for gravel. We've got our cement works in here. And what I would like to do, and I'm just going to pause the game actually so I don't have to worry about what's going on. I'd like to finish planning this area because I've got lots of things which are half started. And the one thing we got cement works, we got this here. What we need to do now is get in a prefab factory, which actually needs and what I'm kind of thinking is, if I flip that the other way, will that will come this way? But the problem's going to be is the gravel comes from there, so we'd have to put the I want to make sure that I've got a takeoff for the concrete plant as well. So we got that there. That's prefabs. Prefabs need cement and concrete, gravel, which we need to come from there. Then, of course, so what that will give us is a supply of gravel, a supply of bricks, a supply of prefabs. We got no wood up here, but I'm not too worried about wood for the moment. We could probably put a wood production plant over here or something, should we need it. In fact, what we got here, actually, we could produce wood, can't we? Because, well, we are producing wood. What am I on about? Let me just see. What's the setting here? Yeah, we got boards. I think what we can do is bring this online now. Although it says this is without a power supply. Okay. I think from the perspective of here, let me just see. Okay, let me just switch that off again. Just come there. How many? Have I got any extra power? Here we got one potential power connection there. We could be growing out this way, so I think what I will do is we're just, oops, don't want that. I just want that. I think what I will do is we will just chuck a power supply in there. I say there's no point messing about with a windmill. I don't really want to lose the trees either, so I think what we will do is, actually, if I run like that, okay, that's no good. Cancel. Do it again. We run you. I know it's a little bit round the circuit, but and then we're let's get that built in there, and that will preserve the trees in that area. So we've got boards, we've got gravel, we've got bricks, we've got the prefabs here. leave whether we need a prefab pickup here later on, but so we've got the prefab out of here, which comes this way. This one's always got a little bit of a tricky kind of build road here. So it's like the road has to come out like that, and then what we've got to do is get like a conveyor, say a conveyor coming in like that. But will that lift up? Will that be high enough? If I do that, will that be high enough to bring a... Yeah, we can get a road under there. And technically that would give us a connection to there. We're probably going to need a bus stop out here to provide the workforce. And then what we're also going to need is a concrete plant, which is, this is where the fun's going to be, because, oh, that nearly connected. Can't, you can do it, game. Now it disappears as soon as that footpath came in. Let me just see if I remove that footpath. We go back to there. Yep, we got a connection there. I don't want to push my luck any further than that. Plus, that's adequate. The question now is, where is the conveyor connection? The conveyor connection is in the right place. So what we can do now is we can push that way. We can put a conveyor connection there. That will supply the gravel from here to there. That can come out that way. That's good. So that gives us concrete, prefabs, bricks, gravel and wood. That is our key essentials. So obviously there's no steel or anything up here, but we're not worried about that. We need to get water into here. And of course the other thing we're going to need is a helicopter pickup point. So we're going to have to put you in. We can loop a road round to there. So of course we're going to need to put water up here as well. So we'll put a water supply system in for the whole lot. We've got a rail connection here. So the next thing we're going to need here is I think we're going to go for a fairly large pickup point, which can come off here like that. And I think what we will do, it's a little bit over the top, but bearing in mind that this is going to be our kind of powerhouse, which we're going to use to drive a lot of the construction up in this area, we might as well kind of go over the top. So we can have helicopters landed here for bricks, helicopters landing here for prefabs. We got concrete there. We've got a gravel pickup point there. I think that will work. And then, of course, we also want to do is run a rail line out here. Let me just do something like that. And again, I don't want to make a complicated junction there, so what we will do is come off here and connect you up and run you to there, and that should be able to deal with the necessary out here. It also means we're going to have to extend this road out, and what we can do is slowly let the crews in here and build what they need to build. and then that will become our production area here. So that's all I want to do in this area. I want to come over and take a quick look at this. What I've done here is started to put back together our actual town. What I do want to do here is, if we come here, we're going to put a warehouse out the back here. We'll try and get that as long as possible. 160 should be enough. And then you can come in there. And then what I'll do is put a cargo station here and stretch you again. The reason I'm stretching this out so far is that by doing this, it shortens the distance that the trucks that have got to come up to here actually do it. And I think it's possible. Well, I think we're going to leave it to see if the snow comes up and see what the snow coverage is like here. Because one thing we're going to need to do is keep this road as empty as possible. Although eventually we will have this cargo station in, and we will be building some warehouses here, but I'm not going to worry too much about that. We're now on the 3rd of November. As I say, we've got all this area here is now done. So let's just get back to our new town. And we're just going to see, as I say, we've got so much going. How's the... Yep. Now, I know you can't see this, but you see here it says resident. It keeps flashing up from time to time. It says residents are heating, and that's causing pollution. If we had a pollution monitor here, we would be able to see what is actually happening here. Now, there's one thing I do want to check. It's kind of getting into the back of my head. So that is, I need to check the combine harvesters here, because I saw a message flash up that said this doesn't expire until 1988. That's good. That's the E12s. And while we're here, I just want to see what the crop situation is. You've got 5,000. You've got 3,000. So this area here should be good, because these guys are kind of emptying the crops. We've still got 100 tons there. I do need to kind of gather in these roads here. How are we doing out here? Yeah, see, I think what's happening is that because of the slow mud roads here, we are kind of losing some crops due to the fact that these roads are a little bit sluggish. It looks like we've now built through here, so I can remove that. What I will do is come there, take that opportunity to put that in, find the road crew. Oh, he's already picked it up. Yes, I know the happiness is too low. Let's just see. Yeah, they're not happy about that these are the new people. I think the other ones are, I mean, the happiness is not brilliant, but then I'm not expecting them to be overall happy, because part of the problem is that these buildings have very low quality quality of flats. They're only 68%. Okay, we've got a massive collision. What's going on here? Yeah, we got 2 trains have collided here, which have caused a problem. I think what I'm probably going to need to do is I'm going to have to put double clippers in. So the quicker I get this built through here, the better. Because this is a bit of a nightmare. Right, the next thing I want to do before the snow arrives, in fact, some apologies, I'm going to pause, because what I want to do is, I was thinking about the way forward, and I think possibly getting nuclear power up here will be a bit more of a priority. But to get but in order to build a nuclear power plant up here, we are going to need the ability to level. That means we're actually going to need to bring in a road. Because I don't want to go through the palaver of trying to transport with helicopters. Because I know it can be done, but... So what we're going to do is... just going to chuck in a mud road. And we're going to cross over this track here. And we're going to get you up to here. I think get you up to about there. We're going to put in a reconstruction office. And of course, we're also going to put in a free gas station. I need a 3 excavator. Thank you, game. We get it on this side. It doesn't really make any difference because we're not worried about the efficiency of the road. What we will do is add you to there, and we will set this to let's say 50%, and then I've got no idea where these guys are going to come from. I don't want any auto search on, and we're going to buy 2 bulldozers and 2 excavators, and they can spend the whole winter trying to get out there causing traffic chaos and other stuff. So that is where we're going to be going. I just want to look underneath the ground here as well. How are you doing? Right, this guy is laying a bit of track. So he's getting there. Once he breaks out of here and we get down to there, we'll be okay. Although we will need to start electrifying the line. But that would be fine. Let's have a quick look here, because I can't remember how much of this has been electrified. Oops. Just press shift. Right, this has all been electrified up as far as there. That's good. But what we need to do is start electrifying into here. I think I'd like to push the track out that way. Let me just find... where's my... I'm putting more focus on these for the moment. Whoops. I think actually what we will do is we built into here. Actually, no, we want that built. And I think then we'll queue up one there as well as an extra. And you can keep going that way. Which then brings us on to this area. Because what we got out here is our iron production. And I've done a little bit of a change here where I've moved that a little bit further back. Now we've got 2 iron mines here. And so what we actually need is 2 lots of iron processing. What I'm kind of thinking is if we can put a 9, actually if we put it that way round, I want this over here as close to the iron mine as possible, because what we've got to do is try and get. Here comes the snow. The problem is, I want to. Ideally, I would like a road that goes under here, but it's not going to go under there, is it? Okay, maybe we need a different approach. Okay, this is where the fun starts. Because I'm not the greatest fan of. I think maybe if we move you in as close as we can get, leave a space for a road to come out here. Okay, gonna have to come out that way, isn't it? Okay, you can get out there. That's good. I'm gonna put the second one like that. Try and keep them as close together as possible. And I would like a fourth one. If we put a fourth one up here, coming in like that, and we don't need that connection. Remove you. That gives us 4 iron ore processing capability. What are you up here building? Wait. I don't want any of this built just yet, please. This is long-range planning, please. Okay, these guys have got ahead of me. I'll let them build that. Obviously, my helicopter crews don't have enough to do. If they're coming up, they're probably coming from Stilton. Oh, while we're here, one thing. No, it's not Stilton. It's probably coming from here then. Well, I can talk about it here as well. Is what we've got here now is these guys. Oh, they haven't got any now. But traffic jams, yes, I know. Got 39 pages of rubbish. But the big one is Stilton. If I come in here, what I've had to do is bring in aluminium and, well, there should be aluminium in here. Let me just see. Yeah, I'm bringing aluminium in. The problem I've got here is the fact that we don't have a lot of storage. But it's the only way to keep the helicopters in this area repaired. So there's a bit of a mistake there, but I could probably fix it another way. But because it's only servicing a construction office, I'm not too worried about it. Anyway, let's get back over to here. What we need here is a road. I want it fairly close, but not too close. You've got to come up here, and I want a road that will come there, come into there. Now we're going to accept the road. Now on this side we've got to put an output store. The trouble's going to be is getting the output from there. So what we're going to need to do now is get one. That's 5,000. I'm gonna put, which way round have you got? Let me just see. 1,000. I think I'd like 2,500. The problem's going to be is where are the input connections? We've got 2 input connections there, one there, one there. Actually, we're not going to get that done. So I think what I'm going to have to do is we're not going to get the conveyor over the road. So I could, let me just try something. I'm just going to remove the road again. Sorry about this. This section of road here. Mod conveyors. I need the section of road tracks. Track reversed. Road. That's 3 rails. That's 1 in. Because this is it'd be nice to get that there, but I don't think it's going to work. So I think what we're going to do is we'll just keep it simple. Put 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, and that should be high enough to allow a road underneath like that. Oh, haha, they're actually building the road in. It's the fun of helicopters. So that now brings these connections over here. Now we've got plenty of space here for what I want to build. So so what we're going to do now is go back to the, not dry bulk, sorry. I don't really want 5,000. Because to be honest, if you've got 5,000 stashed away in here, then you're doing something wrong. Right, I think we will accept the road and let the helicopters get up here. And so we've now got we've got a missing connection there. Get you built again. We're just suspend these. As we go. Obviously the road crew want quite enthusiastic about, oops, don't demolish, cancel. As I say, I don't want any of this built until I'm really happy with what I've got. And what we're going to have to do is okay, we're going to have to come round, put 1, put you there, remove you. And then we will have to put a second one just round the corner like that. Train's waiting too long. And of course it's construction trains again. Where are you? Get rid of you, because that one's, they're going there. Well, that's obviously what we got, the tunnel boring machine here. Okay, where are you going? Actually, this is a good opportunity to show you how the tunnel boring machine is. As you can see, it's not the fastest of trains to be operating. Once we find the job that it's actually aimed at. So if we get through here, it's obviously, I would probably guess that it's going to bore here. Now if you actually watch now, you can see straight away the difference having a tunnel boring machine makes over the normal rail construction. So if you are planning building even 1 or 2 tunnels, which are quite long, having a tunnel boring machine does make a very, very big difference. As you can see here, we're kind of plowing through these almost immediately. And that's with, and you can see also you don't need that much of a workforce. The boring machine almost does it for you. And it does make a big difference. So you can see here, we're already down less than 2,000. So that boring machine is going to make a difference. The only thing I was a bit concerned about is the fact that he didn't seem to want to get round that thing. But right, let's just see what the happiness is here. Let me just see. Happiness 58%, 42%, 35%, 30%. Yep, it's trash up here. Of course, what's happening now is we can't get enough sellers in here. I think what we're going to have to do is probably accept that this is a failure. What we do need is that's built. If I can, we might be able to save this. I need a free bus stop. Is there such a thing? Yeah, we've got a free bus stop here. If I can get, is that okay? There's a road there. I'm gonna put a road in there. I'm gonna get workers in here. I'm gonna need a bus, and it's gonna be a long, long way away, or 2 buses. So there's no point trying to save those workers just yet. Speed, buses. Thank you, game. We'll get, I think we'll get 2 of those. And we'll get a temporary bus route set up. Though, to be honest, we're on the 31st of December, so we may have to write the community off. But the trouble, oh, we got a broken down vehicle here. Up you 66%. We're going to need really to start sorting this out as well. What are you producing? You're producing dumpers. How many dumpers have I got now? Probably not that many. Actually, probably the quicker way of doing this is dumper. We got 1 in storage. I don't think that's going to be a massive. Let's just get back up to here. Hey, you build these roads in, please. How far? Let me just put in. No, I can't do it. Right, because what I would like to do, if possible, is have a train station up here on this side where we do it. Anyway, we got our supply there. We got this connection here once this road has been built, which would be good. And we've now got what we should have out of this process is iron in there. Now comes the fun bit. And I need to see what the, well, we've got flat space there. Because what I'd like to do is put 2 steel mills in here. Not iron mine, steel mills. And of course, and I want to leave enough space there for, if we tilt you that way. And then we flip you that way. Where's the road connection? Road connection is that way round. I want to put enough space between here, because what we're going to need to do is bring conveyors in, and we also got to put a power line in. Suspend, suspend. And what we need now is we need to put a we're going to put a conveyor connection in there, but at the same time we're going to have to put a road connection out that way. Just put you in. Can we get a road under here? Yes, we can. Good. So what that will do is bring the iron ore into the steel mill here. 2 steel mills. And of course what we're going to need to do is think about getting coal in. We also need a road connection there, which I will let the game build. We will remove that because I don't want that built, these built just yet. I just wanted to make sure that I knew that that would go in there. Now the next thing we're going to need to do is get you about there, but we need to get, that's no good. Alright, we're not going to use that. What I'm going to spend that. Don't want that built. Go away. And I don't want that built because it's not finished yet. Right, we're going to use this one. And that's going to have to come in that way. I'll put you there like that. We'll put a conveyor connection from there to there. Accept those. Wait and suspend. You can build the road. I'm happy with the road. And what we should have, yeah, so we can get a footpath out of there, that's good. Now there's no coal to be supplied up here, so we've got to put in a coal supply. But at the same time, we've got to think about how we're actually going to get the steel out of here. Now this side, because this is going to be the first steel mill we're going to build, we need steel coming out this side here in the form of a open store. So if we come here, we're going to need a medium open store. We'll keep all the roads going in the right direction. And we will need a rail connection in here as well. Actually, what we're going to do is we're going to put a medium store there, and we are going to put a small store behind like that. Can we actually move you forward a little bit further? Actually, if I put the small one in first, where is it? Because that might be a little bit more sensitive. We put a small one there. This will make sense eventually. And we'll put a medium one just there. Train's waiting too long again. Remove you. I don't want that cross connection. Where are you? Okay, we've got a problem down here now. What's causing this? Looks like we've got a cross collision here, which is not good. That's definitely not good. But I'm not exactly sure why that was stopping up there. That's partly because we got no permanent signals here. Yeah, because what happened there, in fact, what I'll do is, we got a cross signal there, we got a cross signal there, yep. Yeah, I know your happiness is too low, but probably most of them have deserted and abandoned our... Well, there's a few still hanging on here. What we will do is... I'm not sure, I actually might not need that. We're on the 25th of January. I don't think it's going to be worth actually doing that. In fact, I think what we're going to do, we've got quite a lot of buildings interconnected here. I think we can kind of connect these in now because these footpaths are finished. How far can these people actually... I mean, they can get to everything except the pharmacy, but I have planned a hospital up here which needs to be built. How are you? Yeah, I think what we can do, we're gonna start building these, but I want to make sure. Yeah, we're gonna build these. I think. Will you be in? Yeah, you'll be in range of that bus stop. Map. Yeah. Okay. So, truthfully, we don't actually need this. It was a waste of time. We're just going to come there. Yep, I can honestly say that this has been a disaster. Mainly because, one, we couldn't get the happiness higher because they weren't heating properly, and they probably got pollution which made them get sick. So if you're going to use these, so the conclusion is that if we're going to use these, we need to provide heating. Anyway, I'm actually starting to run out of time on this video. I didn't make the progress up here that I thought I would do, so I'm going to finish this off in the next part. But just what I want to do is come up here and see whether these guys have made some better progress. It is coming together slowly. Let's see what these guys are actually building. Yeah, they are building in this area here slowly. We'll say we can just leave them to their own devices. They are slightly overloaded. I think I'll probably need that. They're building on fire. Oh, where's that? Yeah, that's all right. These guys can get in and do that. And what I just want to do, just to finish off, is we will come and check these. That 90% happiness. Cool. This must be one of the best places. I've got a 93% happiness, 87% happiness. Well, despite the fact we've got quite a lot of unemployed here, but I am thinking about possibly a fertilizer plant out here, but that will come once we actually start to get the population to grow. Where are you off to? Yeah, this one is now... I should just show you this just before we go. What this one is doing now is supplying crops to over here in Huckleberry. So that means that this store is below 50%. So that's going to take pressure off of that one. The difference is that this one's, I suppose it doesn't really make that much difference where the crops are coming from. Actually, let's see. What are you delivering to? I could be at, where is it? Yeah, in fact, I think what we will do is increase you to 60. Because at the end of the day, if we keep all the crops into here, it's okay. Anyway, this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. In the next part, we will keep the focus very much on trying to get this area up and running, and also planning here. And of course, hopefully by now we've got our leveling here, because I think in the long term, what we will probably need to do is work on the nuclear power plant. And the reason for that is that once we got the nuclear power up running, we can connect in the power grids, and then we won't have to worry about power for the rest of the game. But until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.